Hey everybody, this is probably going to turn into 2 or 3 vids, I'm sure. All these guys on the internet have been modulating their solid state Tesla coils with interrupters. Nobody's doing it with an old-fashioned analog Tesla coil, or whatever you want to call this. So I got to thinking. We're not using the new neon sign guy for this. For some reason it just doesn't have the output that I had assumed it would, but we got 2 of these MOTs in series, this one and that one. And what's driving those is not the 120 volts like normal through the hairpin reactance bank. It's this guy right here. You see it. This 3000 watt power amp. Came from the PA system. And earlier I had my laptop hooked up and I found an online tone generator. It was working pretty good, but I wanted to change around the duty cycle a bit and mess with some different things that only the function generator could do. And I brought the scope over so we can look at the signal. Now what you're seeing here, this signal is this is reading off of the output of the amplifier. So right now it's at about 10 volts because the volume is only at about 50%. I don't know if you can see that. It's bridged, so the volume is about 50% right now. Our spark gap here is very tiny, maybe a 16th or a 32nd. We've got this monstrosity of a primary here. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Look at that. Don't get no more precise than that. And our secondary. And the bottom leg of the secondary is running over here. Can't see it. Mr. Ground Rod, anyway. It's a ground rod, copper ground rod, about 2-3 foot in the ground there. And that's what we got going on here. The cap bank is in parallel as normal. Spark gap is discharging the bank into the primary, just like before. So what the first thing I'm going to do is show you the disruptions that start occurring when we're starting out at 60 hertz right now on the function generator, the 0.6 on the 200 scale. I'm going to start to crank the volume up a little bit on this, and you'll see that now the output starts increasing. Yeah, we're already at 3 minutes. Anyway, it's too much for the scope to read, so I have to back the trim down. But you start to see I start to get this weird little interference going on here as I bring it up more. And obviously the amp starts clipping. I don't know if you can see it. The clip lights come on. It does go into protect mode. If I crank it up way too much, my output level on my function generator is extremely low. As soon as I just start to bring it up a hair, it sends enough output to where we're triggering the spark gap over there. So I'm going to give it a little bit here before this video comes to an end and show you these are the disruptions that are coming back, kicking back out of the MOTs here. We have these little spark going here. We got some illumination off the primary side of that, and as well as the secondary. And just, I don't know if you can see it, but just the tiniest bit of plasma coming off there. If I back the gap out a little bit more, it does get a little bit better. So I'm going to start increasing the frequency up to about 120. You can see the ringing is quite a bit more. I'm backing the volume of the amp down a little bit to stop the clipping. See that it doesn't actually fire the spark gap until it clips, which is interesting. So my output level, back it off a little bit. At the end of this video, I'll catch you in the next one.